Thank you, Sean. So the word platform can mean different things depending on the context, but really at its core, it refers to a foundation that supports, other things to operate, build, or connect. When it comes to technology, it's really a foundational system or environment of components that interoperate within a layered modular architecture. So platforms have already changed the game in consumer space. When you think about things like Netflix, Apple, Amazon, very disruptive in their particular environments, and they're really setting new expectations for customers with ease of use, accessibility across devices, speed, simple onboarding have really become the norm. And from a manufacturing perspective, the game's really changing there as well. Platforms are becoming available and the norm in the manufacturing space. Today, we're going to be talking about the Autodesk platform and more specifically, the Fusion Industry Cloud, which we'll get to more as we go. But for manufacturers, it's really changing how things are done. Data and processes connected in the cloud, improves productivity, efficiency by opening the door to better insights and analysis. But it's also very important to call out, and this is one of the things when we talk about demystifying that we want to make crystal clear. Autodesk is really creating a new way of working alongside, their investments, working with your current portfolio of software, as well as the cloud-enabled tools that already exist. Really encourage you to think of this as an and, not really an either or type of thing. They're still committed to building the powerful desktop products you use and count on today, and they're connecting these standalone products to our platform. So when you think about the Autodesk platform, it's not a product. It's not a single point solution to tackle a single problem. It's really the next generation of technology. So today, my colleague and I, Tyson, are going to walk you through Autodesk platform strategy and specifically how Fusion Industry Cloud for manufacturing benefits companies like yours. From an agenda perspective, I'm not going to go too deep into this, but this is what we'll be covering, how platforms are changing the game, talking about the Autodesk platform in a little more detail, the evolution of design and manufacturing, Autodesk platform services, the industry clouds, and then we'll start wrapping up with the manufacturing data model and what all that really means. So thanks for being with us today. Again, my name is Greg Cunningham with Imagineit, and I'm joined by my colleague Tyson Kopa. I'd like to just share a little bit about Imagineit. Most of you probably know us well, but some of you may be new to us. We're a technology company. We have an ecosystem built upon engineering excellence. Brand Worldwide is our corporate identity, and under that we have different divisions. Brand Sim, anything related to analysis. Brand 3D for companies that are outside of the ecosystem that need support and guidance and help from Imagineit. Then for the past, I would say probably 3 decades, any of the Autodesk content development for authorized training centers or e-learning type content or anything like that is done through our sister company Ascent, and that really allows us to leverage that for things like online self-paced e-learning training, or clearly the Autodesk portfolio, but a lot of other portfolios as well. And not only that, your own content, we can develop it. We can develop it with you. You can house it there. So your standard operating procedures, things like that. So really just a valuable piece of our company portfolio. And then ultimately Imagineit, we are financially and technically responsible for the Autodesk portion of the company's business. And then we make a lot of alliances with a lot of other companies, and as you can see here being one of them, Eagle Point, to really bring you the best in class technologies to complete out an entire solution. So from a team of delivery specialists, we have a very deep and broad bench. We're a company of probably probably around 400 people. We are really hiring right now, and so some of these numbers change, but we're very, very heavy on the engineering side because that's the types of companies that we work with. So very deep bench from the project team, the solutions group from a manufacturing. I'm part of the platform ISG solutions team. We have software developers. We can and do build our own software. We have teams from infrastructure, from buildings. So as technologies are converging, we have a broad, deep bench that can really help you take advantage of these new advanced technologies. So I'll let Tyson talk to you about how platforms are changing again.
Yeah, when we're looking at platforms, industry cloud platforms are a collection of cloud solutions and applications designed for a specific industry. Think like Adobe Marketing Cloud, for example. The common thread across all of these is that platforms unify experiences, data, workflows, and users into one connected ecosystem. They reduce fragmentation, they eliminate silos, they create compounding value the more that you use them. They use innovative technologies and approaches to centralize data and create composable tooling to add additional value to their industry customers. And they enable digital transformation, helping their customers keep up with the accelerating pace of innovation and technological change. So a platform isn't just a collection of applications, it's a coordinated ecosystem made up of a handful of essential components, some of which I've outlined on this slide. You have your user experience, or UX UI, a unified, consistent experience across all your workflows and applications. Of course, you have your applications, which bring connected capabilities built on a shared data model, which just kind of brings to the database, having a single source of truth to eliminate data silos and duplication efforts. Have data insights, being all in one place, be able to create actionable AI-driven intelligence. Deployment, of course, most platforms are cloud native, so they have automatic updates, very easily scalable, and help reduce IT overhead. And of course, integration as well, to be able to seamlessly connect to other applications and systems through APIs and be able to automate workflows that you're doing today.
Thank you, Tyson. So I'm going to talk in more detail about the Autodesk platform specifically. Really consists of industry clouds and a set of common cloud-based services to provide that single environment to connect your data, your stakeholders, really enabling collaboration across your entire product or project lifecycle. So industry clouds, and if you look at the graphic, you see across the top, these are the industry clouds, very, very specific. They provide the experience layer for that particular industry, whether it's Flow, Forma, Fusion. Those are the three different industry clouds. And then you have the products. These are the tools, whether it's the core portfolio of desktop tools that you're accustomed to using, whether it's cloud-enabled tools, frankly, a combination of both. These feed in, these products really feed in to that data model. And that really provides the language and the structure that defines how your design processes your operational data is organized, related, and understood across various applications that take place in what is called Autodesk Platform Services. You'll see it called APS. Some of you may have heard the terminology Forge before. This is Autodesk Platform Service. It's really that connective tissue. It's the APIs, the webhooks, the data services that really allow that integration, the automation, connection with your other business systems, whether it's ERP, MES, CRM, other data management systems, whatever it is with an API, we have the ability to connect to it through platform services. So I want to break down and take a little bit deeper look at the industry clouds. I want you to understand the different clouds, but I'm going to focus primarily on the Fusion Industry Cloud for today's conversation. So prior to doing that, I want to just step back and understand the evolution of design and manufacturing. Now, how we got to this point where we're at with disruption really began when, and I'm gonna guess the year is probably around 1982, maybe a little earlier, but with computer-aided design or CAD. That gave you precision, speed, and drafting over like drafting tables and things like that. Then came CAM for machining, CAE for simulating performance. Then you have data management, PLM, really to manage the entire product lifecycle. These tools were all revolutionary, but they lived in silos. Data really didn't flow between one another. Teams were disconnected. And this is really that growth phase. Better tools, but still fragmented. Then, boom, lightning bolt. We hit that discontinuous disruption, that convergence of design and make. This wasn't really, evolution. It was that lightning strike, that discontinuous disruption. Suddenly, cloud connectivity, unified data, automation, fused design and manufacturing into a single fluid process. There weren't really handoffs anymore, no more version conflicts, just flow. And now we're really in that disrupt phase where generative design explores thousands of optimal solutions. Intelligent automation turns insights into action, and all in the cloud. This is where Autodesk lives today, and it's where we're taking the industry next. So I want to talk a little bit next about that, that cloud convergence and how things are taking place, the time it's taking to get there, and where we're at today. So Autodesk is leading this evolution with a clear path. Today, there's a unified vision across best-in-class tools: Fusion, FlexSim, etc. Midterm convergence, be it Autodesk Construction Cloud, Fusion Platform, and long-term full industry clouds: Fusion for manufacturing, Forma for ACC, Flow for media and entertainment, that are really going to deliver end-to-end AI-driven cloud-native ecosystems. So this is that path to the platform. This is that digital factory, and Autodesk is building this today. So I mentioned Autodesk Platform Service. I think this provides a tremendous amount of value to the engine that runs everything. So you can view it as that kind of fourth component, your products, the APIs, but this is really what we're looking at, that set of APIs that, at the foundation, it connects the processes and the data to the cloud. It enables developers to build solutions in the cloud through web services and APIs. You can service insights. You can automate processes, flow data across previously siloed industries and products, better, faster decision-making, and time to delivery of products in your solutions. So these platform services today are being used. Autodesk uses this with their own technology stack to build their applications. APIs allow you to extend and integrate web applications into your workflows with the help of partners like Imagine. And then you can also do things, like webhooks and things like that for, build your own applications in APS. It's totally up to you, but this is really where the platform kicks in, and some of the things that customers are doing with it, dashboards, digital twins, 3D model configurators to streamline design processes, customer-led product, kind of product development, if you will. So this is an example of, and I put a link down at the bottom so you can take a look at this. The goal here for ADS Advanced Drainage System was to get fully engineered designs to their customers, faster than any of their competitors. Probably a fairly common goal for many of you on the call today. really secure them as a market leader in stormwater retention. With the help from our team, they developed an online tool that supports civil engineers outside of their company interested in including their ADS StormTech stormwater underground system into their projects. So essentially, the civil engineer goes online, configures a drawing with a simple CAD-like tool. Then the system automatically generates a design package in Inventor. Each package gives them, an overlay, the custom drainage system, a bill of material, detailed dimension drawings, and an Inventor model. At the end of the day, the outcome, they empower their customers to create, complete design packages themselves online. They cut their engineering time on internal projects by 15% because they do use it internally. And then they're really scaling to meet the demands, both of their customers and just from a pure, computational power perspective. So the real things that the platform servers are going to provide is that layer of automation, really like things like leveraging, ADE or Autodesk Data Exchange, read, write, extend your existing desktop capabilities through automation, interactive cloud-based applications. Insights like digital twins that provide, real-time building information. And then again, the Autodesk data model centralized transforms the design and make data from your desktop and cloud applications. By unlocking this, value in your data, allows you to work faster, make better decisions, and deliver better outcomes. So with that, I will talk about the Fusion Industry Cloud, or the industry clouds in specifics, and highlighting the Fusion Industry Cloud, which will be the conversation for today. So Flow is the industry cloud dedicated platform for media and entertainment. It's really designed to streamline content production from concept to delivery. It really connects creative tool, data, and teams in a unified cloud environment. It empowers the studios to accelerate workflows, reduce silos, deliver stunning results faster than ever. I would bet that every one of you have seen the results because, although not overly touted, Autodesk has been a major player in every major film that's won awards, especially where graphics and high animations involved, for at least the last 2 decades. So really a lot of technology built into the Flow Cloud. Then Forma is the innovative platform solution for architecture, engineering, construction. From early stage site analysis, wind simulations, to iterative urban modeling, it really enables AEC professionals to make data-driven decisions, explore endless kind of what-if scenarios, and really shape sustainable built environments with unprecedented efficiency. So, the next time you walk into an elevator and you're going up in a tall building or a hotel or anything like that, just know in your head that Forma's played a major role in the development of that building that you're in. And then lastly, and near and dear to my heart, is the Fusion Industry Cloud. Fusion Industry Cloud, it's going to provide end-to-end workflows, unifying data connections across your entire process. You're going to continue with the automation tools you're using today, and then as you see the opportunity for unique capabilities in other tools, whether desktop or whether cloud enabled, take advantage of those because you know that you now have a common data model. And when you think about, well, I'm going to hold that. I'm going to hold that thought because Tyson's going to cover it a little bit later. So there were some guiding principles, for the Fusion Industry Cloud, and I'm just going to walk through these quick, and then I'm going to let Tyson talk in more detail. But it needed to be an end-to-end solution, really from top floor to shop floor. Need to be automated, process automation, generative AI, machine learning, all of those types of tools. Very flexible, really allowing you to create personalized experiences. Had to be easy for you to do, leveraging the APIs that we just talked about in the platform to easily customize the solutions to just exactly what you need. And then none of this would be possible without it being built on a foundation of trust. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and allow Tyson to dive in a little bit more detail.
Thanks, Greg. So I'll be diving into the manufacturing data model. It's important to show where Autodesk's desktop applications fit today. Inventor remains Autodesk's professional production-grade 3D design and engineering environment. Vault Professional continues to manage engineering files, revisions, security, and release workflows for desktop CAD and files. And AutoCAD remains essential for 2D drafting, layouts, detailing, and a wide range of industry use cases. These tools are still heavily used across design and manufacturing, and they'll continue to be part of the ecosystem. On the cloud side, Autodesk has provided a set of connected applications that share a common backbone, which is the Fusion Industry Cloud. You have the general application of Fusion, which handles cloud-based CAD, CAM, computer-aided engineering, and PCB design stored natively in the cloud. Fusion Manage provides product lifecycle, process workflows, BOM management, and change controls without the limitations of a file-based system. And Fusion Operations captures production, material movement, scheduling, and shop floor insights. The important part of these cloud tools is they don't store information as isolated files. They store structured product and process data that becomes part of the unified data model. This diagram shows how Autodesk is building a unified manufacturing data model that supports both cloud and desktop workflows. At the top, those are the workflows: drawings, electronics, simulation, CAM, quality, change management, scheduling, inventory, production, etc. These workflows feed into and read from a shared cloud data model rather than separate file locations or databases. Desktop Inventor, AutoCAD, and Vault can still participate by publishing and consuming data through connectors and APIs. And cloud-based products like Fusion, Fusion Manage, and Fusion Operations interact with the same underlying structure. And external systems like ERPs, CRMs, machine data, sustainability tools, project management, even partners that you work with can connect through Autodesk platform services via APIs. So instead of data living in separate systems for design, product lifecycle management, resource management, Autodesk is forming a common foundation that ties everything together. And this is the manufacturing data model. It's a shared layer that allows information to move consistently across the entire enterprise and business systems. Key message here is that the desktop tools and cloud tools are not competing. They're complementing each other. Autodesk isn't asking organizations in the tools that they rely on. Instead, the strategy is to connect these tools into a broader ecosystem so data can move more easily across the entire product lifecycle. This slide helps illustrate Autodesk's manufacturing technology evolution and where the ecosystem is heading. Of course, we also started with CAD. Autodesk's journey, they're most well known for AutoCAD, which is a powerful CAD application used across countless industries. At this stage, workflows are very tool-centric and primarily file-based. But as manufacturing needs grew, Autodesk expanded into specialized desktop tools. Inventor provided parametric 3D modeling and engineering. Vault provided structured PDM for revision control and file management, which created connected workflows across design and data management. Still primarily desktop driven, but more structured and controlled. And then the hybrid connected portfolio. This is kind of where we are today, a hybrid environment where desktop tools and cloud tools are working together. Fusion brings the CAD, CAM, PCB manufacturing into a single cloud environment. Fusion Manage governs product and process workflows. Fusion Operations handles production and shop floor data. And then the desktop products like Inventor, AutoCAD, and Vault continue to still play a major role. This hybrid stage introduces this common data environment in the cloud, enabling design, engineering, and manufacturing data to move more seamlessly between both desktop and cloud applications. The last phase is phase 4, where Autodesk is heading, an industry cloud where desktop applications, cloud applications, and CAD all connect into a unified data model, which AI sits on top of to drive smarter, outcome-based workflows. The Autodesk Assistant is one of the first examples of this new outcome-based model. It was announced at AU, Autodesk University, this year, and will bring context-aware help directly to your workflows sometime in 2026. Instead of searching through documentation or guessing how a workflow should run, the Assistant will use your actual data from that product and workspace context to give you specific answers. This will drastically help with training and onboarding and much more, as users will be able to ask in their natural language questions, and the system, using the data that's already in it, will provide answers and recommendations for next steps. Fusion, as a CAD tool, and the other areas are also becoming AI powered. You have AI design, just text to model, generates 3D concepts from natural language, turning design intent into starting geometry. You have generative design processes, which proposes, simulates optimized concepts based on goals, constraints, and manufacturing methods that you feed it, which can help with CAM toolpath optimization and suggestions to improve cycle time, efficiency, and tool life automatically, as well as determine the cost and manufacturability predictions to help teams make decisions earlier at the design stage. On the last slide, we talked about how Autodesk is blending the desktop and cloud applications into a unified platform experience. This Vault connector, which was released this year, is one of the clearest examples of that in action. You have the desktop CAD and PDM, they're staying exactly where they are and or where they're the strongest. Engineering is continuing to work in Inventor, AutoCAD, and Vault with fast performance for large CAD files. Vault manages the versions, life cycles, check-in, check-out. CAD data remains in the same applications that you're using. Engineers' workflows do not need to change. This preserves the performance and stability of the engineering teams depend on. And then you have the cloud native tools, which at the same time, the rest of the organization benefits from. Cloud PLM and Fusion Manage for change control, project management, BOM management, and approvals, which is, it's accessible anywhere. As things are completed, it's automatically updated, notifications are sent to stakeholders, and it's designed for cross-functional collaboration. This gives downstream teams visibility without disrupting engineering. And the Vault connector is bridging these two worlds. The connector is the link that makes this hybrid model work. It automatically publishes and releases engineering data from Vault to Fusion Manage. It moves items, bill of materials, PDFs, drawings, step files, and then release metadata. Engineering release becomes available instantly in the cloud with no duplicate effort, and can then be sent via Autodesk platform services to other business systems like your ERP. So this is exactly where the platform vision of Autodesk is moving toward: desktop applications where performance matters, cloud applications where accessibility and collaboration matter, and the connectors that unify the data model between them. So you continue working from the applications you already use every day, but you benefit from the capabilities of the entire platform. Here's another example of Autodesk connecting different applications into one platform experience. This connection between Construction Cloud and Fusion Manage is especially important for AEC firms that don't just build buildings, but they also design and manufacture the products that go into them. These companies sit in a unique space. They're going to have construction, half manufacturing. Construction Cloud serves the build needs easy access to drawings, documents, checklists, schedules, and issues, offline support to simplify red lines, and Fusion Manage serves their engineering items and bill of materials, revision control, change requests and approvals, product component and lifecycle workflows, quality and compliance needs as well. So field issues can flow directly back to engineering as structured feedback. Engineering revisions can push automatically to the job site with controlled updates. Prefab components stay aligned from design to fabrication to installation. And teams will work in the tools built for them, but share the same current data. This is a great example of what becomes possible when you build on the Fusion platform. What you're seeing is a service portal that sits on top of the Fusion manufacturing data model and pulls live product data directly from Fusion Manage. It uses model data for a 3D view, item and bill of material details, revision controlled attachments that you're able to view directly in the application, spare parts lists, product structure and metadata, and you'll see in a second, workflows for service requests and part orders. All this information is not copied or exported. It's referenced directly from Fusion Manage through Autodesk Platform Services. As you can see, you can search bill of materials based on numbers that you may know. You can also pull directly from the model. This is very helpful for customers or teams who may not know the exact part, but they can just go find it directly in that 3D model. They can add it to their cart for their request, and they can add some notes, change the quantities. You can see here they need this one as soon as possible, and they submit. As soon as they submit that request, you can go into Fusion Manage, the spare parts workspace, which you can see captures all requests incoming from customers or internal teams. It provides the information on the notes, potential costs, who requested it, as well as a parts list, which is linked directly to your items and bill of materials. And it follows a workflow that notifies stakeholders and the customer as tasks are completed. So as we wrap up, here's the bigger picture. Autodesk is standardizing the data model and workflows across the entire portfolio, Fusion, Forma, and Flow, and exposing all of them through APIs. These APIs allow customers, partners, and third-party systems to connect directly to Autodesk data and workflows in consistent, reliable ways. So you have your core APIs, viewing, translating, and automating CAD. You have your data APIs for manufacturing data, AEC data, document, quality, product information. You have your product APIs for Fusion, Forma, Flow, Autodesk Construction Cloud. This is what enables things like custom service portals, ERP connectors, automated quoting tools, and integrations across multiple Autodesk clouds. It all runs on the same underlying Autodesk data model. What we're seeing across the entire Autodesk ecosystem is true convergence, where workflows that used to live in separate industries and separate systems can now connect and share data through a common platform. Architecture, engineering, and construction tools connect with solutions like TechLift to support design validation, estimation, and sustainability analysis. These are critical workflows that require up-to-date model information, and now they can move freely across applications in product design and manufacturing. Fusion Manage integrate with ERP systems like SAP and Oracle to support the full product life, from bill of materials and engineering changes to industrialized construction workflows as well. This is especially valuable for companies that design, fabricate, or build their own components. And in the media and entertainment, teams are tied to this platform. Forma, Flow, and other tools support concept visualization, scene composition, and editorial workflows, all while connecting to the same underlying data services. So if you'd like to explore how the Fusion platform fits into your workflows, just reach out to your Imaginate account executive. We can walk through your current systems, your current data flow, and where Autodesk platform tools can help you move to a more connected future. Thank you for joining today. We're here to help you take the next steps whenever